What's up, two-door Tahoe family? Welcome back to the channel. This is gonna be kind of an oil change public service announcement. My engine died years ago right in front of the Chevy dealer, so I literally walked inside the dealership and said, hey, okay, you got me, I need a new engine. So they sent me and sent the dealership a brand new 5.7 Vortec. That's when I really got interested in knowing about motor oil, oil filters, that kind of stuff, and I really wanted to protect that engine, get as much mileage as I could out of it. And I basically took all that information and I kind of compiled it into what I think is the most sane, succinct, concise way to handle the oil changes in our cars. And so I just want to kind of share that information for you. You're going to be better off with synthetic. I mean, I think everyone pretty much knows that, except for like air-cooled Porsches and stuff. Out of all the high-end synthetics, like your Redline, your Royal Purple, your Mobil One, your Amsoil, all of those, 75% of the contents of that oil, that base oil, it's all the same. The remaining 25% is going to be like red dye, purple dye, additives, things like that. So armed with that information, I pretty much figured out that Mobil One was going to be the best choice. A couple reasons why I like Mobil One is I actually am friends with the son of the chief engineer for GM motor development. He said that modern GM engines are designed with Mobil One in mind. Now obviously our 5.7 Vortex are kind of an ancient design, but Mobil One will still work really well for them to reduce wear over time. Walmart has Mobil One in the 5-quart jug for like $23 or $24. If you have a two-door Tahoe, there's a 99% chance that you got a 5.7 Vortec. The oil capacity in that motor is exactly 5 quarts. I like 5W30, it's what the manual calls for. There's no measuring, you just dump the whole thing in the engine, super easy. The second main point is I realized that through some research that the oil filter is just as important, if not more important than the oil itself. You can use synthetic oil if you want to do a synthetic oil change, but if you're using like Fram or some kind of off-the-rack filter, you're not using a synthetic filter, okay? That material is going to be like nylon or paper or something that's like not really good. It's not going to do its job to filter out those particles. When you get into the high-end filters, there's like Wix, there's Royal Purple, there's all these. They're probably all the same, maybe, I don't know. I just know that my research led me to the Royal Purple filter, and if you have a 5.7 Vortec, I'll just make it really easy for you. The filter you want is the 2051A. That's gonna be the one for the 5.7, the 350, $15 for the filter, like 24 for the oil. You got a full synthetic oil change for under $40. With these Royal Purple filters, what I like about them is, number one, the case right here, I cut it open, it's a 1/16 of an inch thick. If you live in a super cold climate where these things can kind of expand and blow out, this thing is like heavy, okay? It probably weighs a pound. It probably weighs as much as this dog right here. They're made in the USA, that's important to me. Anyway, so this is a super, super tough case, like you could hardly even bend it with your hand. It's got the polymer flowback valve, which will help you if the filter gets clogged. What you can feel immediately, like this is the valve, the screw valve. This is not just thin press sheet metal. This thing is like machined. You've got at least a 1/4 inch of thread on this. And then it's just super beefy, armored, like just super, super thick. So when you go to screw this thing on there, also you've got 6 holes for flowback. And then the most important thing is the pleats. I've looked at other filters and this one's got the most pleats, the thickest pleats. It's got big metal on both sides. It's just a really good deal. Also, our plugs here, when you replace these things, I don't know how old your drain plug is, but this rubber washer right here is super, super important. Make sure that that's sitting a little proud of the metal, so it makes a good seal. And this doesn't look like a magnet, but I think it is, because when I pull it off, I get the tiny little shavings. Make sure you clean this off. This is our rear diff plug, and it has a legit magnet on there. Again, so always clean these things off because they're basically collecting all your metal shavings. The only thing about these real purple filters is, look, I've got the big snap-on Blue Point 7-piece oil filter wrench set with all the different cups. None of these work with them. Just get a good set of these. When you put these things on, you just put them on hand tight. But when you take it off, just get these adjustable ones that'll kind of grab it. Because like I said, I've got the best kit they make and it doesn't fit, but these work great. And lastly, you know, if you've got a 4x4 or a Z71 two-door Tahoe, you know that when you take your oil filter off, you're going to get all that oil on the front drive shaft. If that bothers you, just put a towel over that when you got to do that. And yeah, so there you go. So hopefully this will help you out in changing your oil.
If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you have ideas for future videos, please leave them in the comments. Until next time, enjoy that two-door life.